It was here at the intersection of Church and Maple Street that a friend of mine was called a faggot as we were walking home, and a fight broke out as a result of this, and the police ended up getting involved in the situation. A year and a half ago, a friend of mine was walking home alone late at night from the bars, and she was mugged right in this area. It was here in City Hall Park that a friend of mine was picked up by EMTs after she had one drink too many. A gay couple was walking home, and they were verbally accosted and physically threatened on Church Street. We are at the corner of College and Pine, and it was just up the street where someone that I know was picked up for a DUI.
So we have about 34% of our first year class is coming in with what we define as high-risk drinkers. That's compared to about 23% national average, so we're a little over 10%.
This week on BTVBeats, I'm taking a break from the usual bar and restaurant visit to focus on some safety tips for you.
A heavy night of drinking can impact your short-term memory for 24 to 72 hours after that heavy night of drinking. So what it means for 24 to 72 hours after one night of heavy drinking is that your ability to recall memories that you made before the heavy night of drinking and make new memories in that 24 to 72 hour time period is diminished. So if somebody goes out on a Friday night and drinks a lot, and then Saturday or Sunday they're like, I'm going to study for that test that I have on Monday, then that test on Monday is going to be really hard.
Between July 1st and December 31st, there were 79 student detoxes reported by UVM Police Services. And during the 2010 fiscal year, there were 177 student detoxes.
So a student who might be in danger, so you have the alcohol, the minor alcohol offenses which go through a conduct process. Then you have the more acute cases where students may be suffering from alcohol poisoning that's so intense that they either have to go to the hospital, go to Act 1, or end up in jail. And jail is usually when they're not participating with police, or if they're just, or if Act 1 is full actually, the next best place, which is not a best place, is jail, because they actually have medical folks there at the correctional facility.
Act 1 is an alcohol crisis treatment center funded by the state. If someone is taken into custody, professionals are there to monitor them until they're functioning normally.
The follow-up that happens is they get an email from me saying you need to meet with me if they either go to the hospital and or have a 0.20 or above. In addition to my meeting, they have a mandatory consultation with counseling, any detox. In addition to that, they go through a student conduct hearing, which will then, depending on the situation, they could be suspended if it's a multiple, or they would have an educational sanction that is really geared towards supporting them and helping them understand that this was a huge deal. And folks that meet with me, I phone call home to the family. So after I meet with a student, I say, you know, what happened. After I figure out if they told their folks or not, I encourage them to do so, because I follow up with the parent shortly after to say, is there anything that you have questions about? I explain the protocol to them. It's really for them to understand that the university doesn't turn a blind eye. We really do care.
I spoke with Tim Bilodeau, captain of UVM Police Services, to get some more information on UVM Police, but he also provided some tips for getting home safely.
Alcohol will change the way you react to them normally, and alcohol will change the way people will react to you. So it's a matter of being cautious and being safe and being aware of your surroundings and what you say and how you act when you are in public, whether you're alone or with your friends, though you shouldn't be alone.
So acute alcohol poisoning, if somebody is passed out and can't be woken up, if they are kind of bluish tints, super pale for whatever pale is for them, if their breathing is really shallow, that's another sign. That's also acute alcohol poisoning. Before that, people could still need medical help. If they pass out and can't be woken up, then that alcohol that's potentially in their stomach could continue to seep in, and they could die in their sleep.
So if a student's concerned in the moment and the student is clearly demonstrating signs of alcohol poisoning, we encourage them to call police, which is really medical amnesty. or that's backwards. It's really police, but it's called the Medical Amnesty Program. And what that does is it says if you're worried for your friend and you don't want to get in trouble and you don't want them to get in trouble and they're really in bad shape, call police, get them, rescue will go and assess them, take them to the hospital if they need to. And so with all that in place, we end up granting students amnesty, meaning you don't have a student conduct record. However, they still need to do a few things where we mandate a counseling consultation. So that's part of support. They have a mandatory meeting with me where we talk about the behaviors and future expectations. Just because they were granted amnesty doesn't mean that whole incident goes away. If another incident happens, that's then counted as a second.
Some students are able to laugh off the effects of alcohol without really considering what the effects are. It's easy for alcohol to turn your potentially great night into a series of mistakes and unfortunate events.
Take care of yourself and each other. There are things that you can do to minimize the potential for something like this to happen. Make sure people know where you are. Talk with your friends. Always have a buddy system. That sounds super cheesy, but never walk home alone, ever. Doesn't matter what area you live in, doesn't matter what time of night it is. If it's dark, do not walk home alone. It's just not smart. If you need to take a cab, take a cab. Keep cab numbers in your wallet, in your phone. Just party safely. Don't be dumb when you're doing this, because in a split second, everything can change.
The bottom line is that for those of you who are under 21, it's illegal for you to be drinking, and at some point the law is more than likely to catch up with you. But for those of you who are legal, be safe when you go out. Even though Burlington is a safe area, the dangers that come with alcohol transcend class, race, city, age, whatever. Keep an eye on each other. Don't get sloppy, be aware of your surroundings, and don't hesitate to contact emergency services if someone needs help.